you guys are ready to rock and roll today. It is Tuesday. 6:05 is the time, August 5th. We get you rolling every day. Welcome. Good morning, St. Louis. I'm not sure. It seems like it's darker outside than normal today at 6:05. I haven't looked at a forecast. Does that mean we're supposed to get rain today?
I can check real quick. No.
Okay.
Rain. No rain.
No
in the
rain.
Forecast, just cloudy all day.
All right. Cloudy. It's like a big storm cloud. Like you, Pro Joe. You're walking in a big storm cloud.
It's one of those days.
Just trying to rain on the parade. Joe's Thorners, rain all over the place. Guys, good morning. Jump in the show. You can watch us on X, YouTube, Facebook, streaming there as well. You can check out everything regarding the show at luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. Here's your wisdom for today, Pro Joe. This is one of our new segments, Advice from Vic. And here's your Advice from Vic segment.
All right.
Did you know that you can't see your reflection in boiling water? Equally, you cannot see the truth in a state of anger, Pro Joe. When the water calms, clarity comes.
Thank you. That helps.
Cheers! Let's rock and roll on this August 5th. You can also give us a call today if you want to. Phone number is 855-282-8255, 855-282-8255. What's going on in St. Louis today? What's happening where you live? Give a shout out, check in. We love it when you guys get excited about your town, your cities, events that are happening. We just try to cover stories, headlines, get you going today. Have some fun at the same time. Infotainment at its best. And, of course, bring you what we can find. Lots of stories, too. Lots of stories today. Lots of weird, wacky things going on. I literally looked at Pro Joe and I said, is it a full moon? Because we all know that things happen when there's a full moon. They do. It's a fact. And he's like, nope, almost.
Yeah,
it feels like it should be. By the way, no announcement, no heading, no statement, no banners, no headlines from St. Louis City SC. It's only two more people. So it's only four people, four families. But I had another guy tell me yesterday, he called the team and said, you can take your tickets. It's a bunch of boop, boop, BS of what you guys did and the fact that you won't respond. He said, I called them cowards. And he had 9 season tickets to every game.
Wow.
9. It's massive soccer guy.
They got to be feeling it in some way.
I don't know. They don't have a good product. The entertainment going to the stadium games is, to me, at least, I think it's fun to go there. I think they done a great job with game day things. But we all know the story. It's not going away. Local news refuses to cover it. That's pretty bad with what 5, 4, and 2 have done. I mean, to not even cover it. And they wonder why ratings for TV are non-existent, why nobody watches local news anymore.
Yeah.
You got to cover stories. That doesn't mean you're giving an opinion. Never give an opinion. Just cover the stories.
Yep.
Cover the stories.
Because eventually it's going to come out, and then you're going to be the one that had their mouth shut the entire time, and people are going to look at you like, why?
Yeah, from the chat line, Glenn says those tickets aren't cheap. And he had 9. He's a business owner. He also produces and is involved with another soccer team that plays national games. That they play the $1 million tournament in North Carolina every year in the summer. And so nothing happened yet. I didn't think, but I told you yesterday, I didn't think they were going to say anything. I'd love to hear from them. I know what they're doing. They've got a media company that's telling them, just be quiet. It'll go away.
And in the meantime, they're losing season ticket holders.
Maybe. I just know that's how TV stations do it. One point in time, a TV station told me, just be quiet. Don't say anything. Don't give your side of the story. It'll go away.
And look what that did.
And then 3 days later, I'm like, what? What happened? What are you doing? I followed your lead. What? Don't tell the full story? What?
Right.
So it's interesting how those things can play out. But yeah, still St. Louis City. And then an article was written yesterday in St. Louis, how the Blues now, the Blues are the standalone sports team. They're carrying the torch, so to speak, throughout the St. Louis area when it comes to our sports ideas when it comes to our sports loves. It's a very interesting article. People should check it out. It's called Bleeding Blue. Bleeding, like bleed, inblue.com. Bleedinblue.com. Very interesting. Check it out. An article because the Cardinals are no good. I mean, they're 500 team. They're not going anywhere. We know that. Then you have St. Louis City SC now with a really big black eye on them, and they're in 14th place. And there's a cloud around the team. Unfortunately, I hate it because I like it. I love their product. I love what they're trying to do, and I like soccer. I'm a football guy. I played at Mizzou, but I grew up a soccer fan in St. Louis. Didn't play football until I got to high school because I played soccer. And I hate the fact that St. Louis City SC continues to just sit back, not say anything, and let this and just go, oh, it's just going to go away. I just wish there was a different media philosophy there. Like I said, hire me for big bucks, like major six-figure money, major, and I'll come and take over the media side. Projo and I'll come over and take care of it.
On it.
That's right. Then we'd have St. Louis City SC weed. Brought to you by Projo. You'd have a weed shop. You'd have a licensed dispensary in the stadium.
Yeah, there we go. Be right next to Steve's Dogs.
Yeah, we're rocking and rolling this morning. We appreciate it. Trying to get a little serious, but check out bleedinblue.com. It just explains the Blues literally, and they're not in season right now. And then you look at St. Louis. If you're a sports fan, the NFL is coming up, but we don't have a team. Then it goes into Mizzou. For the second straight year, Mizzou season tickets sold out. There are some individual game day tickets available, but they sold out. That's a huge ticket, and it's a fun time in Columbia. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an alum, and I'm not just saying that because I played football there. It is a great time. It really is a great time, and it's not that far away. So what is and where is the sports entertainment now? People aren't going to Blues games. St. Louis City SC still does pretty well with their attendance. I mean, this just happened, and it's still new to St. Louis. Family promoted as a family-friendly event. So where should your money go? Well, look at Mizzou. Look at Mizzou right now. Game days in Columbia are fantastic. They're lots of fun, and there's been a really good product there for a couple of years, and been competing for a long time. So it makes you think, it makes you wonder what's happening all throughout the area. But I'm telling you right now, yeah. Oh, and of course, how can I forget the Chiefs?
Right.
We always cover the Chiefs stories. I talked to a season ticket holder friend of mine who's a Chiefs fan. He expects them to go. He thinks they're going to be better this year, and he thinks they're going back to the Super Bowl. And he's not a Homer Slappy guy. Travis Kelce got in shape. Okay, there you go.
I was waiting.
Rashee Rice may get to come back and play receiver. But yeah, so it's the Chiefs. I know we have some Chiefs fans out there. Good morning to you, Glenn. By the way, you can jump in on the chat line if you want to. YouTube, X, and Facebook. That's where we're streaming. YouTube, X, and Facebook. Also, if there's some sort of story that's going on out there that we're not familiar with, that we haven't talked about, let us know. Let us know in regards to any of those things that are happening. Glenn says, wow. Not sure why he said that or not.
Probably about the Chiefs. You didn't come up with
more
thinking improvements.
Yeah. I got you. I get it.
I mean, Mahomes was looking pretty relaxed, wasn't he? Last time you showed pictures of him. He was on a boat with a nice little belly.
You remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mahomes will be just fine. Donna, good morning to you. Good morning, Vic and Projo. Happy Tuesday. That's right. Happy Tuesday, August 5th. 6:15 is our time. We say happy Tuesday to all of St. Louis. About going to the Super Bowl again. Yeah, with the Chiefs. That's kind of our pro football team. But it's a little bit more. You can support the Chiefs here, but it's more difficult to get the games. Columbia, a little easier to get to, half the way, of course, as we know. I can tell you this much. If you guys want to talk about the soccer thing, you can. Whatever. It is what it is. Do you even care? We were just bringing that up. Something else that I thought when it comes to sports and just what a run it's been for one Matthew Tkachuk. We talked about him last week. Projo, you're not a big sports fan.
I mean, I like the staples. I bleed blue. I'm a Cardinals fan when they're doing good. I mean, I don't root for any other teams.
Well, this is great. Here's the other thing. Glenn says he's in St. Joseph right now, St. Joseph, Missouri, for Chiefs training camp.
Nice.
I used to cover Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph. I worked in St. Joseph, Missouri. My first TV job was in St. Joseph, Missouri. Not a lot in St. Joseph, Missouri. Chiefs training camp's a big deal.
Yeah.
At Missouri Western University. It is a big, big deal over there. It is also interesting because people like to go to watch. I mean, you get some all access when you go there. I mean, you get to see them up close and personal. They're more friendly. You can watch them practice. You can actually see how big these guys are and how athletic they are for their size as well, which is very, very interesting. But I also love the fact that the Chiefs do a really good job. They really do. They understand how important it is to get out in front of the fans. And a lot of other organizations need to do a lot of things like that. They just really do. You get a little bit better, you get understanding of what's happening. But what I was getting into, so we'll talk about Chiefs. You can can't wait for the Chiefs season. How do you think they're going to be? Jump in, chime in. We cover whatever you guys want to cover. And since the Chiefs have been grafted into the St. Louis area as a football team, we talk about it. We do it. We bring it up to you. The guy that I was just getting ready to talk about, which I think is just so phenomenal, is Matthew Tkachuk. What I was just bringing, Matthew Tkachuk, just won another Stanley Cup. He's played in 4 straight Stanley Cups. He lost one with Calgary. Then he lost one with Florida. Then he's won 2 straight with Florida. 4 straight. He, before he got hurt, was leading the American hockey team, as you remember. They just beat Canada. Then he got hurt. Then they lost in the final. They would have beat Canada. Sorry. They would have beat Canada in the final had Matthew Tkachuk been healthy, but he was not healthy. He's a game changer. Maybe not the most talented player, but for whatever reason, he's one of the best players in the NHL right now. And he is a leader. And the NHL has noticed it as well. He is now on the cover of the NHL. He's the face of the new NHL video game. Projo, if you can look that up and show a pic. I didn't send it. I don't have time now. But he literally is the face of the NHL. And this is a St. Louis kid. A kid out of St. Louis. Spent some time at Chaminade High School. Now the face of the NHL. And that is a big, big deal. You get to be put on the video game. That's a big deal. And I love it that this kid, and he comes back to St. Louis. And that's something that we shouldn't take for granted. And he comes back to the St. Louis area to make sure that things are good. In the meantime, Donna checks in because we'd love to get your comments out there. Philly slammed the Orioles last night. Kyle Schwarber hit his own highs, 40 home runs so far. How do you spell his name? He Tkachucks the puck. What? That's funny. Tkachuk. It's TKACHUK. 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 Tkachuk, you got it?
Tkachuk.
So anyway, if you're a big hockey fan, you get it. You understand how important that is. So Matthew Tkachuk literally being put on the face of the game.
It's really weird. I'm looking and I see several PS5 NHL 26 covers and not one of them.
Really?
Like they're
No, this is the
different
NHL.
players.
It's the EA Sports
Right.
NHL
Mhm.
26.
I'm familiar. I used to play
I'll
the
send you
NHL. Yeah, the EA Sports. But
Yeah,
yeah,
if you it's at NHL. Here I'll send it to
Alright.
you. But we'll give it to you here after the break. I'll show you that. It's a really, 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 really cool picture that they've got here. That they're actually showing this because the NHL literally put this here. It's at NHL on Twitter, at NHL. They put it up there themselves. So he is the face of the NHL. They say, quote, he's a tone setter, a leader, and now a cover star. Matthew Tkachuk is the face of NHL 26. And you can see the full reveal tomorrow, August 6th. And it is also amazing. He's the first Florida Panthers player to be on the cover since John Van Beesbrook, an amazing goalie back in 1997. And it's one thing, Matthew Tkachuk wasn't here his whole life, but he spent some time, like I said, he and Justin Tatum were friends literally at Chaminade, which is just crazy. One of the best basketball players in the NHL. And then, or basketball players in the NBA, and then you have one of the best football players in all. What do you got, Projo? I see you waving at me through the glass. Oh, you found it. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
It just, literally 2 weeks ago, we showed you the video. He brought the Stanley Cup to St. Louis, took it to Children's Hospital. Gives me chills when I even talk about it. That's where he took the cup to celebrate with the kids. Got married, 2 days before in the St. Louis area. And now he's on the cover of NHL 26. I don't know how things could get any better for Matthew Tkachuk right now.
He's definitely living the dream right now.
Oh, he is. And his younger brother, Brady, is an incredible player. I shouldn't say incredible, but we throw terms like great and incredible out sometimes. He is a top-notch player as well.
Are they any relation to Keith Tkachuk? I'm sorry. That's got to,
I only answer like this without laughing because of your heart, and you ask in sincerity because you're not a sports fan.
I know who Keith Tkachuk is.
With a name like Tkachuk, what do you think?
Well, I mean, in hockey, it might not be that uncommon.
No, I appreciate you, and that's why I love you being around, Projo. Yeah. Yes, they are his sons.
I'm like a foreigner in a new land here.
It would be like me walking into a weed shop.
Exactly.
Like, what? What is that for? What is that? What are milligrams? What? Why does that smell like that? Yes, they are his sons, and that's why they became so good. They were around the game a lot their entire life. In all the places where Walt was, the nickname for the big man, Keith Tkachuk, who's a good hockey guy as well. So 6:23 is our time. That picture of Tkachuk, I just love it. I love it for him. I love it for his family. I love it for St. Louis, and it's good for the NHL. The NHL has a good product. They have some good leaders right now. And the only thing that could be better is if Matthew Tkachuk was playing in St. Louis. That's the only way that could get better. But then again, David Freese lived the dream being a St. Louis guy that actually won a World Series for his own organization. But then just last week, he turned down the opportunity to go into the Cardinals Hall of Fame. There's a lot of stuff there from what I've heard. I don't know specifically, and I'm not going to speculate outside of the fact of just saying he didn't feel like he deserved it. So he turned it down. So, but David Freese, imagine growing up in the St. Louis area and you win the World Series. And of course, it's one of the greatest baseball moments in the history of baseball. His Game 6. I mean, phenomenal. What he did in his backyard. The only thing I could think that could come close to that is Matthew Tkachuk coming and winning a Stanley Cup for the St. Louis Blues. I mean, think about that. Yeah, Art City Now. Did you type that in, Projo, for Donna?
I did.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Tkachuk. And of course, Donna says good morning to Darth. Darth, I don't know. Do we have to like start putting Darth's picture up like in the corner of our show? Everybody's like, why the hell do they have a cute black Pomeranian that's probably high up in the dog?
Probably.
So PETA would be calling Projo, keep that dog away from your smoke.
That dog lives a happy life. I'm sorry.
I know. Look at him. He's like, hey. Glenn says Lafayette High. That's right. The pride of Lafayette High School. David Freese. And then, of course, Kachuk, who's spent some time at Chaminade. So the face of the NHL for 26, Matthew Kachuk. Those are positive stories. We already talked. The Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals won last night, by the way. I haven't even got to the Cardinals. They won last night. What do you know? 9th inning win. Pozo with a hit. They took the lead 3-2. Romero came in, sealed the deal. The Cardinals win. They beat the Dodgers in L.A. How about that? They're 57-57. And the sad thing is you got 2 months of baseball now knowing that they're not going to the playoffs. It's like, and then we're all left going, okay, where do we go to next? St. Louis City SC game Saturday night.
Wear your hats.
YouTube, X, and Facebook. You can watch us, Arch City Now, at YouTube, X, and Facebook. Also, Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us every day from 8 to 10 a.m. And you can watch that. You can stream our shows, all of our programming at luinfo.com. You can also find out all of the day's headlines, all of the day's shows at luinfo.com. And of course, as always, you can give us a call. The phone number, 855-282-8255. Once again, 855-282-8255. Back on the chat line, Glenn says, David Freese was humble. He gave away his award, which was a yellow Corvette that he received for being MVP. That's a great story. I'd heard that somewhere else. I'd just forgotten about it until you said it. He gave away his yellow Corvette for winning it.
I've met him a couple of times, and he's just a super guy.
Yeah, there were some other things going on behind the scenes where he felt like he could have been better, maybe on the field and off the field. I love him. I followed him. Then I think he got traded to Pittsburgh, maybe. But afterwards, he didn't have some massive successful career when you look at stats.
Yeah.
For the Cardinals, he didn't. He had an amazing World Series, and he gave us our last title. If not for David Freese, we have no World Series title. And I know 2014 was a good year, but think about it. That's how much we have just fallen back. That's our last great World Series memory was David Freese, 2011.
Yep. I have a signed iPhone case by him.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him?
A couple of times. He's a huge local music fan here in St. Louis.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell him he's a huge marijuana fan.
No, well, I don't know. He might be. I doubt it, but he might be. However, I got to hang out with him with a bunch of other people. It wasn't just me and David, but in his box at a blues game, because one of the bands that I worked with, I got to perform at a blues game. This was several years ago. Yeah.
Very cool. Hey, by the way, we are Arch City Now. We're all things St. Louis. We try to get you going every morning, 6 to 8 a.m. Rise and shine with us. Keep it light. Not quite the pillow talk the night before, but have some fun. Talk about stories in St. Louis, headlines, news, anything that you guys want to get out there. Talk about your comments online. You can join us. Get your comments in on our chat line through X, Facebook, and YouTube. And we'll talk about that, get that out there as well. When we come back, I joke about THC and marijuana with Projo and things, but it's massively popular in St. Louis and Missouri. Is there a THC problem downtown? Local news station did a story last night. We're going to get into this. And then something else with a vape shop downtown. What the heck is happening in St. Louis? We'll break some of that down, the video, what's real, what's not. We'll see what's going on from that standpoint. One of the big stories we'll talk about. This is Arch City Now. We are your Lou information station, and we're live and on demand at luinfo.com. Lou
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertising.
Hot Take Central 2.0.
Now, as you sports fans know,
it's really getting out of hand, man. It's blown way out of control.
With Cam Jansen.
I'm going to lead you down the path that rocks.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
You're a legend in the city, living by day instead of night.
Weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
Hell yeah.
Only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
This whole situation is getting out of control.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown and Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown and Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown and Crouppen now.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
LouInfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. Boeing workers continue their strike today, calling the latest contract offer unfair. Employees vowed to protest until they receive what they call a fair deal. The company offered six-figure pay and bonuses. The union represents 3,200 workers who build Boeing's fighter jets and defense systems. The victim at the Gulf gas station shooting on July 31st in the Wells Goodfellow neighborhood has passed away. Officers found 47-year-old Tyshia McDowell outside in the parking lot in her car, suffering from a gunshot wound to her head. She died 2 days after the shooting. Homicide detectives are investigating. A woman from Moscow Mills has been charged for fraudulently obtaining over $30,000 in SNAP benefits. Kristen Kilgore allegedly made false statements about her household income to get the benefits between March 2021 and September 2024. The Salvation Army opened an anti-human trafficking drop-in center where survivors can have a hot meal, a shower, and talk to counselors. The exact location is being kept private. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather, presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports, anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. A mix of sunshine and clouds for us today. We'll be staying in the mid-80s. Overnight will clear up as high pressure moves in to take over the weather pattern into the upcoming weekend. Our overnight low in the upper 60s. We'll be getting a little hotter on Wednesday, sunny and going up to 90. Looks like low 90s and sunshine for Thursday and Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
St. Louis's new home for the best in sports coverage is STL Sports Central. Find them on YouTube or at stlsportscentral.com. With names like Randy Carricker and Bernie Miklasz leading the way to provide you with the latest news and commentary on all of your favorite St. Louis sports teams, along with great written content and post-game shows after every St. Louis sports team plays. That's STL Sports Central, online or on YouTube.
Join your fellow St. Louis City SC fans at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. All St. Louis area Hot Shots locations are proud to be a part of City on Tap, presented by Michelob Ultra, the official network bringing St. Louis City fans and ice-cold beer together. Catch every exciting moment of the 2025 MLS season at Hot Shots. Since 1990, Hot Shots has championed St. Louis sports, and they're thrilled to keep the tradition alive for St. Louis City SC. Find the Hot Shots near you at hotshotsnet.com.
Is your brand stuck on the sidelines? Tired of feeling like your marketing budget is just warming the bench? Well, then it's time to get in the game with Eyesight Media. We don't just put your brand near the action, we put you in the action. Imagine this, your company front and center, showcased in NCAA and pro stadiums and arenas nationwide. If you're ready to elevate your brand to MVP status, don't miss this shot. Visit eyesightmediagroup.com today to apply for an in-arena partnership. That's eyesightmediagroup.com.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome into the show. Glad you're with us. Hope all is good on a Tuesday. We're rocking and rolling. We're here till, of course, wait till the show comes back on and then my throat needs to be cleared.
8 a.m.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Not a sunny morning. It's a morning you just sit there in your bed, turn us on, listen to us, or if you're driving around, you can listen to us as well. Jump in on our chat line, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Donna says, I'm going to get a jersey. I like hockey so much. Kachuk! Which says like power signs on it. I love it. There you go. Yeah, his jersey is probably pretty damn popular and with good reason. No surprise there. You know what we do? We cover the St. Louis headlines. It's all about St. Louis. We focus on ourselves, our backyard, our stories, and a variety of issues. We cover all niches. We cover anything. Newsmakers, people in St. Louis. If you have ideas for interviews as well, you can let us know. We will get that out there as well. We appreciate you guys just staying with us, keeping us go from that standpoint. It's funny. Glenn asked me, any recommendations for a best spot for autographs? It's quarterback and running back day. As they leave the field, Glenn, as they leave the field or come on, good luck. I was just like, good luck getting the autograph. Sometimes it depends on their attitude. You got to be standing on the right side of they'll usually have it roped off for you as well. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, sometimes the guys are good. They'll spend time to get autographs and sometimes they won't. It's just part of it. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. I think it was like a month ago. Patrick Mahomes was ripped. He was playing golf in a tournament and some kid was asking him for an autograph and he said he couldn't. And then the dad started yelling at Patrick Mahomes. And he's like, if I sign this autograph, then I got to sign all the other 100 of those kids. And it's going to be impossible. People, if you want an autograph, and I get it, sometimes it's difficult for players. Think about this. If you sign one, then you have to go sign all the other ones. People, in our mind, sometimes you don't think about all the things that somebody else has to do. Like, well, I see this and I see that, and this is the way it should be. No, but you don't know the full story. And I've seen so many athletes deal with this over covering them, professional sports athletes as well. It's difficult. Just because they can't sign at that time doesn't mean that they don't like you or they're mean. Patrick Mahomes literally said, I'd have to sign and I can't do that, so it's not fair. And then a dad starts to rip him. Which side? Usually as they go back to the locker room. Anyway, so I'm giving some advice off here. How to get your Kansas City Chiefs autograph. Where to be in the best spot possible. This is a story, and I don't know what's going on. I know it rubbed you the wrong way, Pro Joe.
Yeah, it's just the way it's approached, but yeah.
And the local TV station, Fox, called it Zombie Videos Reveal the Latest Concerns on Unregulated Substances like THC. Now, there's a group downtown. They call themselves Citizens for a Greater Downtown St. Louis. And they say that they're trying to raise concerns because they think that people who are already vulnerable are now walking around in zombie-like conditions. And that's an issue. Now, the group called out a downtown St. Louis smoke shop that Chrissy Banks and China Thompson walked out of. They said the alleged real-life zombies are a problem, but that it's unfair to blame all just on one smoke shop. Quote, people already are tripping or like kind of under the influence before they even go in there. And then they go in there to just take it up a notch. And so the group downtown, they're worried.
These images, some of them are not.
Are you showing the images right now?
Yeah. These are not people some of them are not people on weed.
Well,
marijuana.
The manager at the Easy Vape and Smoke Shop had no comment. And the state of Missouri says that location is not licensed to sell cannabis. So that was a surprise to Banks and Thompson because they say that they're getting weed there at a vape shop. So, you have to have certification. You have to be licensed to do that. The Fox said that they told you about a story about an exotic smoke locations, including one in North County, where police said they found THC laced slushies and potato chips. And they have that store in Breckenridge, they closed. So what we're getting at is you see videos, you see what's going on. Is it just THC, Pro Joe? You have experience when it comes to the marijuana industry.
I can tell you that the people that are hunched over, grabbing on tree limbs, like contorting themselves, those are not people on marijuana. I'm sorry. That's fentanyl, that's heroin, that's something else.
Fentanyl.
Yeah, that's something else.
Wait a minute. THC laced with fentanyl?
So, to my knowledge, you cannot burn fentanyl. It doesn't have the same. So, you would have to have a fentanyl laced gummy in order to get anything from anything fentanyl related from marijuana. You can't smoke fentanyl.
Okay.
To my knowledge, I've never done it.
So you see what's going on, and this frustrates you because you think
there's no
THC or weed gets a bad rap.
There's no amount of THC that I can smoke to reach that level. And believe me, I've tried.
Okay. So you think that people are misjudging this or mischaracterizing it. You don't think marijuana is being sold out of these
I think
smoke shops?
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible that they're selling marijuana out of those smoke shops. However, the footage that we're watching is not of people on marijuana.
It's of something else.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, the words apocalyptic like scenes.
Right. Zombies.
Zombie.
That's not marijuana. Sorry. You can get zombified on marijuana, but you're not.
I love that word.
That is,
you just said zombified.
I did.
Is that legit?
Is that
a word?
It's a term. Yeah.
Zombified?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my Lord.
Usually it's while you're watching TV eating a bag of chips. You're not hunched over, grabbing onto tree limbs, trying not to fall over. That is just not. I'm sorry. That's not.
I don't know. I think you've been zombified on some THC, my friend.
Yeah, usually when I'm sitting down or laying down, I'm not. Yeah, that's not marijuana. I'm sorry. I'll take it to my grave. That's not marijuana.
Okay. Yeah, they should have come and talked to you.
Yeah.
To make sure that you knew what was going on.
Right.
Okay. Well, it's one of those stories, and do you feel like, because it's the easy vape and smoke shop. That's the one issue there. And then another station was talking about, another local TV station, said that the same shop where things are happening, they took a different spin on the easy vape shop. They said that shop's become a huge problem spot in downtown St. Louis. Like local residents saying it needs to go. Like they won't walk past the shop. They show literally carjacking happening there.
Those are homeless people.
People
sleeping.
lying on the ground, responsive. Traces of, as gross as it is, defecation. Just aren't. I mean, so hopefully police can get that all cleaned up. You don't even want to seem that. So anyway, that was two of the three local news stations did it. They were big story. Their front website page about what's happening at that vape shop downtown. And Projo says, trust me, it has nothing to do with THC or marijuana.
I mean,
it's other issues.
I believe they are probably illegally selling marijuana there. However, the footage that they're using to report this is of people on other things. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's not what I've seen in the past. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with you. I see that there, but we're just trying to get that out there, make sure people are understanding. They're with what's going on, but that it's not just because you hear THC with that. Then if you don't know, then of course you're going to start thinking negative towards it.
Exactly.
Because when I told you about the story, you're like, what?
Well, I believe
that's wrong.
I believe that people are trying to sell it out of their vape shop. Yeah, I believe that. However, when I watch the footage and watch those reports, that seems very misleading.
Yeah, zombie videos bring concern on unregulated THC sales. That's the headline.
Okay, unregulated, sure, but it's not the THC that's making people look like that.
But no, it makes sense to me. I get it. I do. Some of these, we're just trying to cover the story, see what's happening, talk about what people are experiencing. Have you guys seen that? Have you experienced that? And now if you stay away from there, just stay away from that spot where you are downtown.
Definitely buy it legally, people. It's available. Just go out, get it where it's supposed to be. I don't care how cheap it is. If it's cheap, you don't put it in your body.
Do it the right way.
Exactly. There's a reason.
You should give your email. Seriously, you could be a THC marijuana consultant.
artcitynow@gmail.com.
artcitynow@gmail.com.
I'll help as much as I can.
Reach out to Projo. If you want to jump in on the chat line, you can do that as well. YouTube, X, and Facebook. Once again, YouTube, X, and Facebook. Art City Now is where you can catch us right there. And of course, we'll see there. You can also watch us and stream us at luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. And if you want to give us a call, we'll take your calls as well. 855-282-8255. Once again, it's 855-282-8255. There's real quick, we'll give a shout out. What's the company you told me about that helps people?
Okay, so there's a cannabis company that has an organization called New Growth Horizon. They help out
New Growth Horizon, and it's a marijuana company. They sell marijuana.
Okay, so Proper actually started this organization, and what they do is they help people with their mental well-being, education and employment, homelessness and housing. They help people reacclimate to society after being incarcerated, and it just for the betterment of Missouri. And I don't know of any other cannabis company doing something like this.
Well, we'll check into it more. I just remember you telling me that for whatever reason that just popped in my head since we were talking about THC and some of the things that are happening that are positive.
Right.
The company's trying to help out throughout the St. Louis area. And of course, always good to give a hand up, just not a handout. And that's what it sounds like that company is trying to do. By the way, we're here till 8 o'clock every day, 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us Monday through Friday. The former St. Louis Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes, they bring you to 10 o'clock. You catch Charlie Tuna over the lunchtime hour every day as well. We are here doing St. Louis talk, anything and everything that you guys want to. The headlines as well from some of these things that are happening. We say good morning to you and the people who jumped in, Donna and Glenn and Cindy. Thank you so much. We'll pop in headlines and then we'll talk about other things that are happening as well. You want to talk about drugs and things that are interesting. How the heck this happened, I have no idea. But I don't know, just over a week ago, how about this? Talking about, I think it was 4 guys were able to go to a pharmacy in Maryland Heights and pull off a burglary. Now, they were caught, but they were able to get away initially in Maryland Heights. This happened July 31st with 284 bottles of medication totaling 26,000 pills. 26,000 pills. We're talking about morphine, oxycodone, Oxycontin, Adderall, methadone. And they really thought that they were going to be able to get away with this. The value of the drugs range from $750,000 to $1 million. It's like a Hollywood movie. So it was 4 guys. They were all taken into custody. They were found in Arkansas. Later, the same day, they tracked them down the same day in Arkansas.
How?
And here's the other thing. They were natives of Houston, Texas. They're natives of Houston in Maryland Heights, making this at a pharmacy in Maryland Heights. Maryland Heights Police says it's working with attorneys in Missouri for federal charges, and the investigation into the incident remains ongoing. Now, what was interesting too to me from that standpoint is you hear the story. It's from a pharmacy in Maryland Heights, but then they don't tell you what pharmacy. Why? Is it a compounding pharmacy maybe?
Right.
Why wouldn't they tell us the names? I mean, and maybe I'm lost and I'm silly and uneducated, but where and why?
It definitely seems like there's a piece of that puzzle missing.
A big time piece of the puzzle missing. But obviously, you steal those pills, you're going to sell them. 750,000 to $1 million, and you're able to steal and get that out of there. So, what kind of security do these pharmacies need? I mean, think about that. The compounding, it had to be at a compounding pharmacy, not like at we're at CVS or Walgreens. Although I'm convinced if anybody had those bad intentions, those would be two easy places. It's so low key. You walk into a Walgreens or CVS.
Where did they say the location was?
Maryland Heights.
Is
4 guys from Houston steal from a pharmacy in Maryland Heights and get caught in Arkansas on the same day.
So Express Scripts, I think, is still in Maryland Heights, and that's the only pharmacy that I know of in Maryland Heights. Well, at least down in like Earth City area.
Yeah, it had to be one of those types, not
right.
Yeah,
yeah. To get that much, that's crazy.
So clearly, they knew where somebody knew something where they were doing it to come up and do that, especially to get guys from Houston. So it was planned out. Maybe something even larger that we're not even thinking about, don't even know about. That it's like, oh, really? Okay. It's like you really think you're going to be able to get away, but credit to law enforcement. That's what I'm saying. I mean, somehow, some way they track them. Somehow, some way.
Yeah, that's another how.
That's what I said. It sounds like a movie. You find them in Arkansas on the same day.
Like they had trackers on the pills.
That's what I'm wondering.
Maybe.
Or a getaway car, and they stayed in the same car. But we all know that most of the time thieves are not intelligent.
Right.
You'll lose something. You'll forget about something, and oh yeah, that's right.
Oops.
Yeah, we forgot about that. Now we're caught. Now we're going to prison. It's not worth it. 6:52 is the time. It's a Tuesday morning. We don't have the high temperatures anymore like we had for about a week and a half. However, we don't have much sunshine today. Some spotty showers expected throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area today. But it's a comfortable temperature day. That's for sure. Appreciate you guys jumping in with us. Give us a shout out for your town. Business, charity, event that's coming up. Let us know. Speaking of events, too, I saw this the other day. I still remember the first time I walked into the St. Louis Science Center. They're still rocking. They're still rock and roll. I haven't been in there in a long time.
Neither
have I. But with science in the year 2025, I'm like, okay, what could you put in there? Is it AI? Would AI be considered science now? How do you transform?
I mean, I can talk to my phone. I don't need to go to the science center to do that.
I know. But would you consider AI to be in the science realm?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely.
It's just trying to, because you have to change and you have to develop. And I'd love to see the St. Louis Science Center evolve. They have an event coming up. It's a fundraiser called a Quantum Blast. So if you love the Science Center, want to see it continue to do well in the St. Louis area, you can be a part of that. You can look that up. Go to their website at the St. Louis Science Center, called a Quantum Blast. I don't know. It just made me think about some of the things that are happening and memories as we talk about all St. Louis institutions and things from that standpoint. I still drive by. It still looks the way it did, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I mean, the exact same way.
Yep.
But of course, it takes money to keep everything up and running, and you have to stay with the times. You got to advance. And just because you did things one way one day doesn't mean it's always going to work out that way. But I just hadn't heard much from the Science Center. So curious if field trips are going there, if kids are going there, and if so, because everything now, I mean, we even talked about it last week. The Department of Education is now telling schools they need to adopt AI. Listen, get in there, teach kids AI this, AI that. And it's like, oh, okay. And science is great. Just learn it.
I could see eventually the Science Center being fully AI. Like you get your tickets from an AI like bot, and there's like you can get a tourist or whatever, or a guide to guide you through that'll be a Tesla bot.
It is interesting how AI, we've a friend of mine, another business, and I, interesting story. And I think, do I have I'll tell it on the other side of the break when we come back, because I think we'll have time to do it at that point in time. How we used AI to track a plate down. A plate. A truck plate, because we couldn't find it.
Oh, I was wondering what kind of plate.
A semi-truck plate.
Gotcha.
Which is very interesting. So a couple of headlines too, just reminding as you're joining us too. Cardinals won late last night. They beat the Dodgers 3-2. That's good. They're 57-57. They'll play the Dodgers for a couple more games before they move on. Always good to see them do that. St. Louis City SC Soccer Club has not responded to the viral videos that are out there of their security removing/kicking out a fan because he was wearing the MAGA hat. It continues to get national attention, national story. It's catch-22 for St. Louis City SC officials and ownership. If you respond, what are you really going to say? Is there a lawsuit that could be out there? Did you really follow your policy? All kinds of weird things. I'd love to hear a response. But at the same point in time, as I was trying to give a defense of the ownership group, what are you going to say that's going to change anything? You're not. So those are situations that you deal with. And it's just a black eye for St. Louis City SC. Bleed in Blue, bleedinblue.com did an interesting article yesterday talking about how the Blues are now they're carrying the torch for sports throughout the St. Louis area because, the Cardinals are average ho-hum. They can't get anybody to really go to the games anymore like they used to. Now, we know their standard was very high, but it's not what it used to be. There's just not a lot of excitement about the Birds right now. There's not. That's a reality. We have to deal with it. St. Louis City SC has this kind of cloud hanging over it right now, and it's the Blues. The Blues are the team that are doing that. By the way, season ticket holders at Missouri are buying up tickets for the second straight year. Mizzou football season tickets sold out already. Now, there are tickets that are available for their individual games. They got 8 home games next year, 8. And they've become a huge, huge ticket. It's a big deal. And it's a lot of fun to go to Columbia. And it's not very far away. It's not. And it's a great time. I can only, that's first game's on a Thursday night, but I tell you what, September 6th, when Mizzou and Kansas renew the football rivalry, that is going to be an incredible weekend at Mizzou. And I can only, boy, we'll talk about that. Lots going on. Tony says M-I-Z. I say Z-O-U. M-I-Z-Z-O-U. We are LouInfo.com. We are your Lou information station live and on demand at LouInfo.com. To go anywhere, we'll come back. We'll talk about some of those things again that are happening in the St. Louis area. The Boeing situation heating up again. Also, Matthew Tkachuk, now the face of the NHL on their video game. Plus, we'll rehash some of these stories we did from the first hour. Hidden cameras and Airbnbs. We'll be back after this.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Hey, listen to me. I'm one of the credit cards in your wallet. I'm about to explode and pop like a balloon. You're using me and my brothers way too much. Your credit cards aren't the only ones annoyed. It's your paycheck that doesn't have enough to pay everything. Save your credit cards, your paycheck, and yourself a lot of PAIN. Pain. Call the debt helpline now, not tomorrow, right now. Our experts will show you how you can cut your interest rates and your payments on your credit cards in half. Credit card companies have special assistance programs designed to help you. you. Make this 100% free call right now and learn how you could get out of credit card debt. Here's the number.
800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. That's 800-406-6569. Paid for by Zero Debt.
The Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
A Trump administration envoy is heading to Russia for what the president has called a last chance at Ukraine ceasefire talks.
Steve Witkoff heads there as a ceasefire deadline that Trump imposed on Russia expires on Friday. Trump has grown increasingly frustrated with what he calls Vladimir Putin's inaction toward any sort of ceasefire deal. The president has threatened Moscow with tough tariffs if no deal is reached. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Texas Republicans are taking elevated steps in their battle with Democrats over congressional redistricting maps. With most Democrats absent, the GOP majority approved a motion Monday allowing the Speaker of the House to issue civil arrest warrants for the lawmakers who fled the state. With Democrats gone, the GOP can't vote to redraw the map, which would give them 5 more pickup opportunities ahead of 2026. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said the order remains in effect until all missing Democrats are brought to the Texas Capitol. Temperatures are on the rise across Southern California, increasing fire prevention efforts in Malibu. It's been 7 months since the January wildfires. Fox 11 TV reports surfers and beachgoers are still finding fire debris on the beach and in the water. The Mountains Recreation and Conservation Authority worked to clear dry brush from the canyons over the weekend. Temperatures are expected to be in the 90s and low 100s this week. Meanwhile, the National Hurricane Center is tracking several trouble spots in the Atlantic, including Tropical Storm Dexter. Chief Senior Meteorologist Philippe Papin with the National Hurricane Center says Dexter is not expected to impact Florida.
Dealing with a lot of upper-level vertical wind shear, and we're expecting that to pretty much put a cap on its intensity over the next day or two, and we are expecting it to become either a post-tropical remnant low or extratropical cyclone in about 2 to 3 days from now.
From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. You can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 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 855-SHARE-40.
We interrupt this program for an on-the-spot news report.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. 222-2222.
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel, a delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here, and when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198. Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back into the show. Happy Tuesday morning. Glad you were with us. 7:05 is the time. August 5th on a cloudy but comfortable Tuesday morning throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. We appreciate you guys jumping in with us. By the way, if you didn't know already, you can stream us Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. on X and YouTube and Facebook. You can also stream all of the shows all day long and learn about all of the schedule, the programming, and this 24/7 network about St. Louis, us, our news, our headlines, our backyard at luinfo.com. Once again, that's luinfo.com. You can also give us a call anytime you want to. The phone number there is 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. If you want to, you can jump on the chat line at any of the places where you're streaming us. We'll put you live on video as well. You can talk with us just like doing your video call. That's it. It's pretty easy. Just like your Zoom, you can talk with us from that standpoint. And if you wanted to give us an email, some information, let us know about a possible guest, you can always email us privately at archcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, archcitynow@gmail.com. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 with the former St. Louis Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. Follow us from 8 to 10 o'clock every day. And of course, if you're listening all throughout the day, you've also got Charlie Tuna around the lunchtime and all kinds of other shows in the PM. All right. Lots of news happening every day throughout the St. Louis area. We'd love it when you guys check in. We get your comments out there if you want. Cindy said, good morning. Good morning to Donna and Glenn and Ben and Tony. People jumping in the chat line. We also appreciate it when you like, subscribe, and share the show. And if you can't watch us live, we put out our reels on a daily basis as well with the show. We're on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and YouTube. Projos all over the place. And of course, we're just trying to get the vibe of St. Louis. What's the water cooler talk? What are people talking about? What are our headlines? We try to keep it positive. We try to keep it moving forward. But sometimes you have stories that just aren't so positive for whatever reason. And it doesn't mean you have to take a side. It's just some of those stories like St. Louis City SC. It's clear the ownership group, I guess, isn't going to respond. Maybe they will at one point in time regarding the guy that got kicked out of the game in the video that went viral 2 Saturdays ago. And why? Was his First Amendment rights violated or not when it came to being kicked out of the game because he was wearing a MAGA hat? Then he pointed to other banners and posters of things that are clearly political, even though they shouldn't be, they are, and other countries' flags being allowed inside the stadium, even though they're communist countries. So yeah, it's a big ball of gray cloud that we don't like over the St. Louis City SC team, but it's there. So we talk about all kinds of stories, things that are happening. Unfortunately, the Boeing situation, that's wrapped up into another just sweaty ball of mess because now you say you've got a strike going on. Union members say, yep, this is our time. We're going to stand back. We deserve more. Ownership saying, nah, we've given you a good deal. And then somehow, some way, they've got to come together and find out what they can make happen. But we love the positive. We love the good stories around the St. Louis area. But, sometimes we still have to cover the news and the things that are happening. From a positive standpoint, Cardinals found a way to win last night. Hallelujah. 57-57 after a 3-2 win against the very good Dodgers. A surprise win. Pozo getting a big hit in the 9th. Romero closing the door. Cardinals have 2 more games in LA as they continue that West Coast road trip, which is really, really cool. Also, how about Mizzou football? Rocking and rolling with the season tickets. It is interesting. This team, and it's such a damn good time to go to Columbia. The Kansas game, the second week of the year, September 6th, that's Saturday. I mean, that weekend in Columbia, if you've gone and you're alum, And as long as the weather is decent, I mean, what a weekend, what a day that should be. What a fourth quarter, especially if Missouri's winning. When Mr. Brightside comes on and the chant goes FKU, as we know inside of the Mr. Brightside song. Joe, you'll hear it in St. Louis. You'll hear it in Moscow Mills. I promise you, from Columbia at the start of the fourth quarter when they chant that. Now it actually means something to be playing Kansas, and you get the chance to, I guess, curse them. I never understood it, but now I understand it because there's a rivalry again, a rivalry. So Mizzou season tickets sold out. There are individual tickets to the games. That's pretty cool. You can still jump in on that, but going to Columbia, going to Mizzou, a team that has 17 returning starters. It doesn't matter that preseason coaches and AP doesn't put them in the top 25. SI did, but they're a damn good team. It's a damn good time. And if you're looking for something to do, and the Cardinals are ho-hum and the Blues hadn't started, I hate it. I love our St. Louis City SC team. I love soccer, but we're one of the worst teams in the league. Check out Mizzou, baby. Go spend your money there. It is a great time, a great weekend. That's for sure. Talked about this a little bit earlier. Wanted to just, it can't be talked about enough what Matthew Tkachuk has done. What a life this guy is living. I don't know if life could get any better for Matthew Tkachuk right now. He is now the face of the NHL, and not just by our opinion in St. Louis or Florida, who he plays for, but the NHL itself, showing you the cover. What a pick, holding the Stanley Cup up. Think about this. The St. Louis and Matthew Tkachuk, who still comes back to St. Louis. We showed you just a couple weeks ago the videos from his wedding to taking the cup to Children's Hospital, how he has brought St. Louis along, shared in the celebration in St. Louis, despite not playing for the Blues and playing for Florida. 4 straight Stanley Cups, lost the first 2. It was Calgary and then lost one with Florida. Now he's won 2. Obviously an American star, super popular guy after the 4 Nations face-off where they beat Canada. And I'm sorry for my Canadian friends, and my Canadian hockey friends will tell me I'm stupid and I don't know anything. If he's healthy, they win it. He wasn't healthy when they played in the final game, and he was the big cog in the wheel for that team. So gets married, gets the cup, takes it to Children's Hospital. A couple weeks later, oh yeah, now he's the face of the NHL, literally. Now, that's not always the easiest thing, being tagged with that, but he is an American. He's a St. Louisan, and he is carrying the cup. He's carrying a lot of weight on his shoulders right now. Just love that guy. And of course, Chaminade's own Keith Tkachuk's son. You got Matthew, you got Brady, and Projo learned today that, yes, they are Keith Tkachuk's sons.
I figured. Just had to make sure.
I had to take a chance. So you're saying there's a chance that Tkachuk name is the same. It is. And we just love promoting the positive of that. The only thing that could be better, once again, as we said a little earlier, is he was playing for the Blues and won that. And I'm trying to think of St. Louis icons. St. Louis, Nafisa Collier from the WNBA. She's one of the best players in the WNBA. She's rocking and rolling. But I'm just curious, is there another St. Louis athlete right now? Or when you think back, we brought up David Freese, local guy. What a moment, 2011.
Do we say Mark McGuire?
No. He's not from here.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
David Freese from here wins a World Series. Literally puts a team on his back in Game 6, wins a World Series. That moment. Now you have Keith Tkachuk's son, Matthew, playing what he's doing. Wins 2 cups. Not for St. Louis, but still a St. Louis, and Jason Tatum winning an NBA championship 2 years ago before he hurts himself. St. Louisans really making a name for themselves nationally.
Oh.
And this is just the latest and of course, Tatum and Tkachuk. There's a Chaminade connection on top of it as well.
Anybody know how Pat Maroon's doing?
I haven't heard from Pat. I haven't seen him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oakville's finest, baby.
Right.
You know what he's doing? He's looking at his rings.
Yeah.
He's polishing those rings. He's just looking at his hand, all these rings that he's got. congrats to Pat as well. That's for sure. 7:14 is the time on a Tuesday morning throughout the St. Louis area. You can check in if you want to give a comment. We can do that. We'll get it out there for you through the chat line. You can do that, of course, on YouTube, X, and Facebook. We appreciate it. And you go from there. Oh, no, Cindy, not hardly. I'm not even, not with all due respect, I cannot mention that because it sounds funny. And Projo doesn't need to go laugh. He will be rolling over laughing. So that's enough.
I tend to agree a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. By the way, I'll be in Columbia, unless I'm told I'm staying here for any Mizzou football coverage. That's a whole nother story. We'll see. But I plan on being in Columbia September 6th. We'll see what happens from that standpoint. Guys, if you want to give a shout out to individuals, businesses, charities, events that are coming up, let us know as well. You can use the chat line to do that. We'll get that news out there as well. We just want to focus in on as much as we possibly can when it comes to that. Okay. Also, when it comes to news that is making headlines throughout the St. Louis area, what the heck happened? Okay. 3 burning cars found this morning in Clayton. Literally 3 burning cars found in Clayton, right off of Hanley, right off of North Hanley, Westmoreland Avenue, 7500 block. When are their cars burning in Clayton?
Right. That's the news, is the Clayton
it's like,
part.
Huh? What?
Right.
Of course, it comes suspicious fires. What the hell is going on? Projo, you always have a good company. It's like, Vic. It's not marijuana related, right?
No.
Okay.
I hope not. I can't. Yeah.
3 burning cars in Chesterfield. It's like, in Clayton. And it's like, okay. All right.
It could have been if they were inside in their car smoking joints and somehow lost control.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the bizarre of those things that are going on. I'm like, what the hell is going on? We'll see if there's a follow-up to that, but it's not every day you see these things. Oh, yeah, I'm in Clayton, off North Hanley. There's cars burning. Nothing to see here. Okay. Also, I found this to be somewhat interesting. The BBB, Better Business Bureau, is warning. When's the last time you guys got your car washed? By the way, car washes are big business. I know a guy that owns one, got into them. Apparently, he's doing pretty well with it. But the BBC is now warning St. Louis drivers, urging you to be cautious if you use a club car wash.
Really?
Isn't that insane?
Huh.
Haven't most of us been through a club car wash at some point in time?
I used to have a membership.
They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And this isn't us ripping them. This is the BBC saying, or the Better Business Bureau saying, be cautious when using it. Now, I didn't know that Club Car Wash was a Columbia, Missouri-based chain, and maybe that's where I became first familiar during my time in Columbia. But there's dozens of locations throughout the St. Louis area. They are giving the warning right now after hundreds of complaints about vehicle damage and trouble canceling memberships. And for the BBB to issue that, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes time. It's not like, hey, they screwed me over. Oh, yeah, we'll put a report out today. No, you have to substantiate over a period of time. And that's what got me about that. They currently hold an F rating.
Wow.
How do you have an F rating? The Bureau said it received more than 240 complaints about the business over the last 36 months, with 2/3 of the complaints related to vehicle damage during washes.
You think this is a training program, or you think it's like the mechanics of the place? What exactly is going on here?
I have no idea. The customers claim that they failed to pay for damages caused during their automatic washes.
Oh, okay.
And then others said that they couldn't cancel their memberships and get refunds. They also said that the car chain argued that many of the complaints involving the vehicles with pre-existing damage and pointed to disclaimers in terms that they say the company's not liable for issues. Well, that's one way to screw up a business.
Yeah.
The BBB coming out strong.
You have one job: clean the car. Don't damage the car. That's it.
I know, but that'll make you think twice, because people are obviously using car washes. Car washes are a big business, and if you do it right, it doesn't seem like it should be that difficult, right?
Well, it doesn't sound like there's any other I mean, it definitely sounds like it's within that company, because I don't hear of mass problems with other car washes. I mean, the Better Business Bureau is picking them. It's not like they're picking them out just to pick on them.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know if anybody's had experiences in car washes that are good, indifferent, bad. I've never had a bad experience with a car wash.
I'm wondering if there was like a problem with the actual car wash itself, the brushes and stuff like that, or if it was just training crappy employees. I don't know.
How difficult can it be to go through an automatic car wash and have everything go right? I wouldn't think it'd be too bad or too tough to do that.
Right.
But then again, Club Car Wash, not the kind of article that you want to. What's going to be next is they're going out of business.
Yeah.
Unless there's just people who are loyal and say, I haven't had an issue there or a problem. But for there to be an article written about it with the BBB, that's kind of a big deal. And could mark the sign of end times for them. But it seems like there's new car washes popping up everywhere, though, doesn't it?
Everywhere.
And it's because I'm telling you, it's a moneymaker.
Mm-hmm.
And people with money are investing. You just got to get the land, the property, wherever you can do it, and then figure out, okay, I'm going to put it there and go from there.
I used to have my car detailed from Detail Driven in Wentzville all the time.
Really?
Yeah, they were really good.
7:21 on a Tuesday morning in the St. Louis area. Always looking for headlines, always looking for news, things that you guys want to talk about. We appreciate you joining, liking, subscribing, sharing the show as well. I know we're in August, but there's only 6 months left until the Winter Olympics. I saw that come out today. I was like, oh, now they're not here in the United States, but it's like, really 6 months away? Because we were talking about how fast time is going. We are convinced from a scientific standpoint, we're using the old scientific standpoint, that time is going faster. What did the viewer say when they call it? Didn't they say that we are moving faster?
Yeah, it has something
Our
to
axis?
do. The Earth is spinning like so many fractions of a second faster or something like that, and somehow we're feeling that.
Yeah, and we're 7 months through 2025, looking ahead to 2026. My point in bringing that up too is that the 2026 Winter Olympics are literally here at the start of the year already. It's like 2026. Where the hell is 2025 gone? Not quite sure. Anyway, that's coming up in 6 months. Yay. We go from there. I also saw this story. It's not from St. Louis, but it is a story that can happen anywhere. Cameras, hidden cameras in places that you rent, whether it's hotel rooms, motel, or Airbnbs. A story from Wisconsin had a situation where they found many cameras inside the outlets in the bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
You're always thinking about things like this, Pro Joe. I don't. I go in and I'm just trusting things are going to be good, things are going to be bad until you get burned.
If I walk into a stall,
you, on the other hand,
yeah,
because I know you're always like head on a swivel, like what the hell's going on?
I don't trust anybody.
Have you heard of this happening? Have you seen? Do you like look at places? Are you wondering? Because you're also a photographer.
Yeah, this goes back. I mean, Chuck Berry used to have a restaurant in Wentzville, and he got caught with cameras in the bathroom.
When was that?
Oh man, that was forever ago. This isn't like old news. However, yeah, I mean, every time.
Are you sure that what you're saying is true? That was true?
I'm 100%.
Okay.
I mean, it was report. Yeah, no,
right. I just want to make. I just don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
no.
I was in places unknown at that time.
Yeah, Chuck Berry owned a restaurant in Wentzville and got busted.
But not him. But somebody had him in there.
I think he owned the restaurant. He was. I'm pretty sure it was him. He was the one that was charged.
Because sometime. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. If that was true or not. Police are investigating Airbnb rental after guests said they found 2 cameras hidden. How would a guest find 2 hidden cameras in an outlet? You have to go looking for that, right? That's what I would assume. You're not just going to say, oh, yeah, I see that over there. No, you're going to have to like literally go in and go, oh, really?
It definitely,
Because is there a device that you can use to go look at these things? I mean, because this could happen to anybody anywhere. Anywhere.
if they're Wi-Fi, if they're not hardwired, there is. You can check and see if your outlet has Wi-Fi access, and if it does, there's a camera in it. Or I guess it could. Yeah.
Well, according to the search warrant, the guests who were using the Airbnb at that point in time, they called police after they spotted what seemed to be a small camera embedded in the electrical outlet in the primary bedroom.
It's crazy.
I promise you, I will never, ever forget this story again. I have looked, I've wondered. I was in a hotel room once where it was like, that looks like a weird outlet. And the only reason I knew was because I was there. I was up close to it. I'm like, but inside of an outlet. So the guests discovered not one, but 2 cameras, each in a different bathroom, pointing at the toilet and shower area. So the small cameras, they were super glued to the back outlet plate, which points through a small pinhole in the plastic. That was according to a criminal complaint. Oh, go figure. Yeah, it's just so bizarre. So the investigators wrote in the warrant that based on the training and experience, cameras placed in private areas, such as bathrooms, are often intended to capture individuals in a nude or private state without their knowledge. Now, I'm not trying to freak people out when I say this, but I talked to a security expert, and I think I got time to get this in here before we go to our next break. He's a security expert. He literally said that you've seen those video screens that are ads that sometimes he doesn't trust them. He says that somebody could hack into them.
Oh, yeah.
And use the video screens that are in restaurants, bathrooms, wherever.
Most of those video screens have cameras on them, like tablets.
Well, and not in the company. And I think that I think it's a great way to market. I do. I love that idea of marketing. But if somebody wanted to, they could try to hack into those.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be very good from a security standpoint to make sure that they're, quote, unhackable,
right?
If possible.
Or at least have the cameras covered.
And or have the cameras, make sure that the cameras are covered when they're in there so that you can be assured that you're in a safe environment from that standpoint. I was like, my God.
I don't think a camera should be anywhere near a bathroom.
Ryan from the chat line, and I don't mind it. I know it's like, it's all right.
I mean,
Ryan
just
says,
not used to being watched, you know?
I get it. I get it. From the chat line, you can join the chat line with us on Facebook, X, and YouTube, the same places where you can stream us Monday through Friday from 6 to 8 a.m. Ryan says, I'm always paranoid about hidden cameras in hotel rooms, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should be.
Yeah.
I remember, who was what was her name? She still does NFL Sundays, sideline reporter. She got, there was a video camera of her where her privacy was invaded. She had a huge lawsuit. You wouldn't know, but
Eli might.
Eli. Oh, yeah, yeah. She does sideline reporting for the NFL. She got not busted in a hotel room. Somebody was videotaping her behind the scenes in her hotel room. They had cameras placed in there. Yeah, I totally forgot. I guess I should be wondering more, but what can you do? Do you have to go through, like, take a kit with you and check all this stuff before you feel comfortable when you're inside of a hotel room? This happened at an Airbnb. And then, of course, Projo said that this happened in the St. Louis area out in Wentzville. Cindy says it's Aaron Andrews, Vic. I actually met and worked with Aaron a couple different times at some football games. Aaron Andrews, it happened to her. So, yeah, it's a real deal. Those things happen. So what do you do? Just very, very, very strange, very bizarre, making sure everybody's on the same page of going in. Does it make you think twice now when you hear a story like that before you go in?
Ever since the whole Chuck Berry thing, I've always, that was like traumatizing to even think that somebody could do that.
But think of the technology we have. We're now in 2025, moving into 2026 on what can happen.
If you can take video from a pinhole, yeah, that's pretty concerning.
You can get decent video from a pinhole.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Cameras
and I trust
are amazing.
You from your technical standpoint and your as a photographer as you are. Holy, holy, holy moly. All right, guys, we got to take a quick break. We come back, we'll do a recap of the stories that we've had from today. Also, from the standpoint, looking at things that are, we'll recap some of these stories. There's so much to get into. Anything else you guys want to talk to, shout outs, you name it, jump in. Donna says it's awful from the chat line. You can also give us a call if you'd like. 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 8 a.m. at louinfo.com. Back with more in just a second for Projo. I'm Vic Faust.
In your city with Kelly and Gordon. It's the hottest happy hour in STL radio. A high-energy, high-impact weekday radio show blending relationship values, celebrity buzz, community love, and sharp business insight. This is where storytelling meets strategy. It's the pulse of this city, bringing the energy, stories, and voices of STL to life. In your city with Kelly and Gordon. Weekday afternoons at 4, only on the Lou Information Station.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu. But don't freak out. Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo chicken, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown and Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. Stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown and Crouppen, where we don't get paid unless you do. And your first consultation is free.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. Boeing workers continue their strike today, calling the latest contract offer unfair. Employees vowed to protest until they receive what they call a fair deal. The company offered 6-figure pay and bonuses. The union represents 3,200 workers who build Boeing's fighter jets and defense systems. The victim at the Gulf gas station shooting on July 31st in the Wells Goodfellow neighborhood has passed away. Officers found 47-year-old Tyshia McDowell outside in the parking lot in her car, suffering from a gunshot wound to her head. She died 2 days after the shooting. Homicide detectives are investigating. A woman from Moscow Mills has been charged for fraudulently obtaining over $30,000 in SNAP benefits. Kristen Kilgore allegedly made false statements about her household income to get the benefits between March 2021 and September 2024. The Salvation Army opened an anti-human trafficking drop-in center where survivors can have a hot meal, a shower, and talk to counselors. The exact location is being kept private. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. A mix of sunshine and clouds for us today. We'll be staying in the mid-80s. Overnight will clear up as high pressure moves in to take over the weather pattern into the upcoming weekend. Our overnight low in the upper 60s. We'll be getting a little hotter on Wednesdays, sunny and going up to 90. Looks like low 90s and sunshine for Thursday and Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
St. Louis's new home for the best in sports coverage is STL Sports Central. Find them on YouTube or at stlsportscentral.com. With names like Randy Carricker and Bernie Miklasz leading the way to provide you with the latest news and commentary on all of your favorite St. Louis sports teams, along with great written content and post-game shows after every St. Louis sports team plays. That's STL Sports Central, online or on YouTube.
This hour of content on the Lou Information Station is brought to you by Grandpa Pigeons, Johnny Mac's Sporting Goods, and Becky's Carpet and Tile Superstore.
Hey, see that, kids? That's the St. Louis Arch, the gateway to the west.
The Lou Information Station, where we'll always call it Highway 40 or Highway 40 if you're a boomer.
The St. Louis expression?
Stream our content 24/7 at louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station. Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back into the show. Happy Tuesday morning here in St. Louis. Good morning to everybody throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. 7:35 is our time. It is August 5th. I'm Vic Faust. This is Arch City Now. You'll hear the voice and sometimes the face of producer Joe, Pro Joe. He has his own little camera, his own little setup and everything else. We like to jump him in on certain things. Okay, archcitynow@gmail.com is the way to email us. archcitynow@gmail.com. If you want to give us a call, we welcome them. Phone 855-282-8255. Once again, it's 855-282-8255. And you can learn all about the shows, the programming that we have on this unique, creative, and wonderful network, which is louinfo.com. You can also stream us there, but louinfo.com, it has our website. Get a programming rundown of all the shows, the niche shows that we have, not only through all these podcast platforms, but live on 590 AM as well. You can stream us on Facebook, YouTube, and X, Arch City Now. And you can also jump in on the chat at that point as well. Talking about subjects, we take you to the 8 o'clock hour. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us with the former Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. One of the stories we were talking about as we went to break, and we still got other stories to cover because we cover all St. Louis. It's topics, things that could affect us from a local standpoint, but it did resonate when it came to cameras being installed in places that you wouldn't think, safe places, hotel rooms, you would think, Airbnbs, wherever. I mean, it could happen anywhere, wherever. It's so difficult where we are in life in 2025, people getting video. I'm at a point, Pro Joe, where I'm like, dude, it's like I can't go in and have peace of mind worried about every time, like if I'm in a bathroom, if I'm in a hotel room. Yeah, I want it. But I'm just like, you know what? Fine. You want to take pictures of me? Do it, whatever. Eventually, you're going to get caught.
You're okay. At your
I'm not
most
okay, but what choice
vulnerable
do I have?
Well, look for cameras. Look for wires.
You know how much time would you waste looking for cameras and wires and your peace of mind?
Tell that to the Secret Service.
They're getting paid.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to pay me to go check out their services, I will. Literally, I get to a point, I'm like, whatever. You want to take pictures of me? I don't care. If I'm that important to you, fine. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Quite a few years ago, according to Greg on the chat line, there was a supply warehouse in Pagedale that one of the salesmen put a hidden camera in the women's bathroom, was even on the news. I don't know how long ago that was. I thought I remember hearing about some of those stories, but just don't know how long ago it was. Pro Joe brought up the story from Wentzville Restaurant. People said they remembered that. We've talked about the Aaron Andrews situation. Anybody else know or hear of these situations happening? I also know of a story. A woman whose ex-boyfriend installed cameras in her house. And she didn't know about it for a long time. And they were installed even while they were dating. They were dating, and this is in the St. Louis area, St. Charles County. They were dating, and there were cameras. And she didn't find out until later. So many things started happening. It's like, wait a second, it's like there's eyes in the sky I did not know about.
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon. It's probably more common than you think. Be careful.
Well, and people can actually hack and clone your phone. Like if, say you have a...
What do you mean? hack and clone your
All right,
phone?
so I dated a girl whose boyfriend or whatever knew how to clone her phone.
I can't even get past that.
So what-
Clone your
well,
phone.
Right. So he could see everything that she does on her phone from his phone.
Well, he must have grabbed the phone and
Well, yeah, he had access to it and he cloned her phone, and that's all he had to do. 5 minutes of access with somebody's phone and you could spy on them forever.
Well, how did she find out? And this happened in the St. Louis area, clearly.
You have to go in. There's some way to find out apps that are running in the background, and she ended up finding out that it was an app that he had installed on her phone.
That has to be illegal, right?
I would think so.
I would
yeah.
hope so.
Yeah, most people don't have the initiative or
What if they knew they would?
I mean, she knew and she didn't go after him.
That is a
so-
massive violation of privacy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I would have went after him, but some people are just passive, like yourself. Screw it.
You know,
Record me.
I got to I'm trying to get better. I'm a work in progress. I literally got to the point where I was like, chip me, put video cameras. I don't care. I'm not doing anything wrong. I don't have anything to hide. I don't care. I'm just tired of all the and if it helps somebody else that doesn't get lost. And then when I said that on our previous show, I got blown up by everybody.
Yeah, I want to say some things, but I won't give you too much trouble. You would put it. Never mind.
I know. I've gotten better. I was raised to be a trusting person, and slowly but surely, after being lied to several times by friends, by people, business people, whatever, things done that I didn't know, I'm learning, Projo. I'm learning. I used to be more like that.
Yeah.
Then I trusted people, and now my trust is very low.
That's all it takes.
But think about this though. You wanted to be generally happy and positive in life, and you can still be that way, but you have to balance it too with people too. And it was a work in progress and learning, but these things happen. Cindy says, what a controlling freak about the guy that put the cameras in there. But I guarantee this isn't the only guy that's done that.
Yeah.
There's probably women that have done it as well, dating somebody and hiding cameras all throughout the house.
Yeah.
These things happen. I've heard of 2 stories in the St. Louis area. Also, Cindy says, trust but verify.
Right.
Yeah.
Be careful of little stuffed animals too. They can hold cameras as well.
Gosh, coming from the professional photographer.
Well, I mean, there's nanny cams. There's things that you would put in a child's bedroom so you could watch the nanny.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that. Yeah, we've seen those on Dateline specials.
Right.
That's a little bit scary.
But those can also be used for nefarious things as well, because it's a hidden camera.
I would just assume, I would rather tell somebody, listen, I've got video cameras in the house.
Right.
Tell them up front, I've got video cameras in the house. Don't do anything stupid.
Right.
Or if you're going to use a babysitter or those things, or
right.
just say, hey, listen, I've got video cameras, and say it subtly.
Right.
I believe in subtle. I don't mean like, hey, I got video cameras. If you do some stupid crap, we're going to know.
I think by law, even in your own house, you have to let people know that they're being recorded.
You do?
I think so, because I know that you have to tell people that they're being recorded on a phone call in order for it to even be submissible. So.
Greg says from the chat line, even accidental crap happens. 30 years ago, our baby's monitor picked up the neighbor's cordless phone when they used it. That happened to me when I was in Detroit. We had something where we were getting signals or from a phone that was going on next door.
I've had that happen as well.
And I'm like, whoa, wait a second. So I went over and told him. Being on television, I was like, I want to think I'm trying to eavesdrop on your conversations, but some of that crazy can happen. I do. I agree from that standpoint, but those stories, man, that's enough to make you go, what the hell is going on? And a trust factor with what you see. Speaking of trust factor, one thing that happened, and you just have to be careful. I mean, marijuana sales in the state of Missouri have skyrocketed. It's been a huge, huge deal for our state. We've talked about it several times on this show. Marijuana has been and probably will be a massive success throughout the state of Missouri, regardless of your feelings of it, great, bad, indifferent, whatever. But it is interesting. And Projo, you support the marijuana industry. You support it from a medical standpoint, from a recreational standpoint. But it's also to help educate people too, because we had not 1, but 2 local news stations which focused on this vape shop downtown where residents are saying it's a problem. There's carjackings. There's people stumbling all around. There's a problem with drugs. Is it unregulated THC? There was a big stories that people were talking about. So the reason I bring the story up is it's getting all this hype at a vape shop. The videos of people, you say these are not people on THC or regular THC. It's got to be something else, which gets into the whole fact of if you're using, you better not be using something that's unregulated, and you better know where it's coming from.
Yeah, if you're buying it from somebody and it's cheap, half price, whatever, somebody off the street, it's probably not everything that you want it to be.
Because these stories, people are starting to worry about this place downtown and what's going to happen and some of the things that are going on around it. At first, you thought the headline was misleading.
I thought the video footage was misleading, and the use of the word zombies, which I could see how somebody would refer to somebody on fentanyl or heroin as that.
Zombian?
Would you call me a zombie? Do I look like that?
Do you want me to answer?
Do I look like I'm holding on to trees to keep from falling on my face?
No, not at all. Absolutely not.
Just saying, and I take some pretty strong stuff. I've tried to get that high before and I can't. So
apocalyptic like scenes posted on X. If you're a neighbor or business there and you see some of these things, you want it cleaned up and you hope St. Louis City Police could do something. I just don't know where the term unregulated THC, and how do you know it's THC?
Right.
That's what I was interested in when I saw that. But 2 local stations did stories on it, just in regards to, and they took different ways of doing it, how you would handle that. And of course, you were trying to say, listen, that is not normal marijuana. Make sure you know where you're getting it from in the stores where you're getting it from.
If that's the effects of marijuana at all, you know what I mean? Like,
it doesn't look like the effects of marijuana.
No, everybody I've seen and hung around and smoked with never looked like that.
Well, I've never seen you stumble around like that. That's for sure.
You have?
No, I said I've never seen you
stumble. I thought you said you had. I was like,
I haven't seen you bombed out.
Right.
No, I mean. So just know, you have to just read stories, ask questions, even like we were talking about with hidden cameras, trust but verify stories so that you know some of those things that are going on. Speaking of the drug stuff, I can't believe this happened in St. Louis last week too. Not sure if you were with us earlier, just going through some of those headlines. Again, we have different people that come in and out. You had 4 guys from Houston came to St. Louis to a pharmacy in the Maryland Heights area and stole close to $1 million worth of morphine, oxycodone, Adderall, and methadone. What would you use methadone for? I'm not even familiar with methadone. What would you use methadone for? $1 million worth of pills.
I think methadone is the synthetic heroin substitute. That's what they give in, they have methadone clinics for heroin addicts.
Okay, they didn't tell us where it was, but they just said that it was a pharmacy burglary. Well, kudos to DEA and or whoever found these guys. They found them in Arkansas the same day. 4 guys from Houston. So something must have been going on. They must have heard about it, allowed it to happen. I don't know. But to find the guys the same day, and it happens in the Maryland Heights area, it's like, okay, that's kind of a big deal. Like a movie, big heist from that standpoint. But they found them, all good. At least more positive news to report in regards to finding people and not getting away. And it seems like most of these people that rob banks or whatever, drugs, they are found. We're always like, oh, yep, there's an update if they're not found that day. Another interesting story from this morning, we're talking about what the hell happened in Clayton. 3 cars found burning on West 7500 block of Westmoreland, just off North Hanley. What? I don't think I've ever heard 3 cars burning in Clayton.
Were they stolen? Were they left there? Were they people? They parked on people's cars parked in front of their house? What was going on there?
Yeah. Just there were. I don't know. I saw a couple pictures. I don't know. It just looked like they're firebombed.
Yeah, that could have been somebody driving
in
by
Clayton.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just didn't seem like it added up. It's like, okay, cars burning in Clayton. Nothing to see here. This is Art City Now, covering St. Louis news topics. We cover every niche, everything you can possibly talk about: news, sports, weather, beer, food, wine, you name it, movies, entertainment, anything that's happening from your communities. You guys jump in on the chat line if you want. X, YouTube, Facebook at Art City Now. You can also email us privately, artcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, artcitynow@gmail.com. We take you to the top of the hour. That's when Hot Take Central 2.0 takes over for us as we move forward. Cardinals won last night 3-2. They won in LA, beat the Dodgers. That was a big win. Glad to see that for the team. They needed that. Also, Matthew Tkachuk on the cover of NHL, the NHL 26 video game. They're literally calling him the face of the league right now. St. Louis's own Matthew Tkachuk. What a life that kid's living right now. I don't think things could get any better. 4 straight Stanley Cups, won 2 in a row. The face, literally captain. Literally, I call him the captain, even though he's the best player on the national team, most important player. We saw that in the 4 Nations face-off. Love seeing the things that he's getting, coming back, taking the cup to Children's Hospital when he had it for a day, got married. I mean, my gosh, everything seems, and nobody's ever lives a perfect life, but it seems as close to perfect right now as what it's been for Matthew Tkachuk, or at least good for him. Also, brought this up a little bit earlier ago. Club Car Wash has an F rating with the Better Business Bureau. And there have been hundreds of complaints about cars being damaged in the automatic wash cycle. Do you imagine? I mean, you see something, you're like, wait a second, that just happened in the car wash? And then you go try to tell somebody, you're like, sorry. Owner beware. And there's car washes popping up all over the place. There's some really, really good places, and it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten expensive to wash your car. And then you have to wash it over and over again. And of course, they have the passes and the monthly deals. But Club Car Wash has been around forever. When I said that story, your eyes just popped up like, damn.
Well, it used to be Country Club Car Wash. Then it turned to Club Car Wash.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first one. Just Tkachuk it from the chat line. Cindy says it's a coincidence. Not quite sure what she was talking about.
Right.
Also from the chat line, as I was going through the stories, I'm saying we'll get your comments out there. So let me go back. Sorry about that, guys. You start chiming in. I got to get it up there. Let me get it back down here from your chat line, guys. All right. Ryan says most pot smokers aren't trying to get fried or that fried. They just want a mellow buzz.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That gets into our marijuana story. Or they want to sleep.
Right.
Or they don't want to use pharma as much.
Right.
Now, the friends that I work with, I mean, he literally fell from the sky and he was flying a 1-engine aircraft doing some stuff he shouldn't have. Fell from 120 feet right into a beach. Broke his pelvis. He broke, so many bones in his body all messed up. And, he's got a lot of hardware in his body. And he was on a lot of pharma and he just wasn't working. He found marijuana, THC, and it changed his life.
People find relief in it.
And I'm not trying to promote it because I know you get all excited when I do it. But for him, it worked.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of success stories like that.
And then it was an issue with his vagus nerve as well. So or THC replaces, and I can't speak to the medical height that I should be because I don't know yet. I just know what he told me.
Right.
So from that standpoint, yes, it can work. Greg says, Joe, are the 4 planets still in retrograde? Okay, where's this going? Strange things have been afoot lately. 4 people I know had car accidents in 3 days last week, 2 within 30 minutes.
At that time.
Cindy says that's a coincidence.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe.
Well, we had to use, one of those people was me.
Right. Me as well.
You had another accident?
I told you on the way here that I had a road rager.
That was last week?
Mm-hmm. Tried to run me off the road.
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, my God. Okay, well, let me tell you this. Here's another thing that happened to me in St. Louis on the highway. And be careful. It's a good thing I went and got video And then we had to use AI, and we were talking about AI earlier, and AI has helped in tracking down this company. So I'm literally traveling from St. Charles County into Chesterfield, Highway 40, 64 for some of you others, coming up on the Boones Bridge. I'm in the far right lane. I'm going to exit the first exit by the outlets, and I'm just driving normal, just here in the far right lane. And then I see a semi truck, the back of it, closer, 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 closer. And I'm driving a work truck, closer, closer, closer. I'm in a big truck. And I'm hitting the horn. I can't go forward. I can't go back. The 18-wheeler truck, it's smashing against my car. And the right side truck, the right side is against the concrete wall on the right-hand side.
How long ago was this?
This was last Friday.
My God. I had that happen years ago, but same situation.
And so then the left mirror, boom, explodes. And then it comes in. So both sides of the car, I'm driving. Finally, it starts to slowly go back out. So don't even think that he knew or she knew, whoever was driving. Not quite sure if they knew or not. So then I was like, I catch my mind, grab my phone. I videotape some of the damage, and I'm like, okay, I got to get that truck. So I start driving up. I get the back of the truck, file a police report. Chesterfield police are great. By the way, Officer Powers has been absolutely amazing trying to track him down. But we've had to use AI to get the license plate because the license plate wasn't showing up. You couldn't even tell. So AI helped us with that. And then it was just a tiny little logo that we're able to find and track down the trucking company to Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Did you just get T-boned as well?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, I know it was a week.
I'm praying for you, man.
Life is good, my friend. I'm telling you, that's all right. Life is good. But in the video that I had, and we all deal with things on the roadways wherever we are. The officer said that's a good thing that you had the video because it showed the truck as you're driving to try to go get it. It shows it going back and forth over the lanes, back and forth. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do see that. But you have to be careful. Like you said, always have your head in the swivel. But AI, point of the story is AI helped us in regards to trying to find the trucking company and then the plate, because the plate wasn't registering anywhere. And the officer was doing his best to try to find it. And shout out to Chesterfield Police and Officer Powers for the work that he's done. That's for sure. So I'm going, okay. God, thank you for protecting me. Thank you for my guardian angels. I was like 2 times in the same week. What the hell is going on? Is this even possible? You can't make this stuff up.
That's crazy.
Anyway, one of the planets must have been, okay. One of the planets must have been Uranus because of all of the a-holes. I don't know what that means, but
he's been waiting to say that joke for a while.
I get it. Hey guys, we just try to have fun every Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Love you, St. Louis, for joining us. If you have ideas for shows, guests, shout outs, charities, events, let us know. We'll do it here. Love to promote St. Louis people and anything that we possibly can. You can catch us on YouTube, X, and Facebook, and luinfo.com. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at luinfo.com. For Projo, I'm Vic Faust. Thanks for joining us for Arch City Now. Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen and Jim the Cat Hayes coming up next.
The Lou Information Station, a whole new way to enjoy content created just for those of us in the St. Louis area. It's a whole new way to advertise and promote.
People ask all the time, who the heck is low